Hello, my name is Jose, and I'm doing a book talk on Adrift, 76 Days Lost at Sea by Steven Callahan. This book is ranked as one of 100 best books of all time, adventure books of all time by National Geographic Explorer. It was published in 1999 by Steven Callahan. It's a non-fiction. The main plot of the book takes part in the sea, which you can see here. And it was this guy named Steven Callahan. He began sailing at the age of 12 because his parents just got him into him. They bought him his first boat. They thought it was going to be a good hobby for him, but they didn't think it was going to become anything like what he did. So when he got older, he married his wife. Her name was Trisha, and she knew that he loved sailing, but she didn't think it was going to be like that much of a big deal. But after a couple of years, she found out that that's all he did. He loved it. So she barely even see him like part of the year. So she said that was not the type of man she loved. And she got tired, and so since they didn't have any children, they decided to divorce. And they were both okay with it because they just stayed as friends. But after a while, Steven decided to build a boat. It was one of the most important things he built. He named her Solo, and after he built it, he was in love with it. There was nothing special about the boat, but all he could think about was his boat and the sea. One time he went to a sailing trip, and he was at the bottom of the coast of Spain, and he decided to go to a bar. But since he didn't know the language, all he could communicate was through face expressions and movement of his body, and that's what he did. And after that, he was kind of late for the sailing season, but he still decided to go for it. It was like in mid-November, but by that time the waves are really big and there's a lot of storms and it's really dangerous for sailors to go. But since his love was so much bigger for the sea, he decided to go for it. So when he was in the boat, he was sailing, he was at sea, he just decided to take a nap because there was like nothing could happen. He didn't think nothing could happen, but after he heard a loud bang. He noticed that the water was coming in through the boat, and he was sinking. So he put his thinking cap, and he got his life raft, and he got a couple supplies of water and food, and he got his fishing kit, and that's all he could get. That's all he got. And so he looked at his boat. He was so devastated because you could say that was like his wife, his little boy. It was all he had. So when he inflated the raft, and he thought, what am I gonna do now? And that's what he was thinking. He was like he was lost by that time. He just couldn't think it anymore. But he said, I can do this. And then there's an awesome quote at the beginning of the book, and it says, this book is dedicated to people everywhere who know, have known, or will suffer desperation or loneliness. This pretty much means what he went through, and it's the whole book. Desperation, loneliness, and because he was lost 76 days in sea. He didn't have any food. He barely had anything. All he ate was fish and water, like rainwater, and it was very dangerous for him. But as you guys should read it, and you guys will find out what happens at the end. But you guys should all read it. It's about sailing, and anyone that's interested in the outdoors, they'll probably like it. You're gonna love it. And after you read it, you'll find out that you won't take anything for granted. Everything we have is we have to fight for everything we have. So it's an awesome book. The only, you could say, negative about this book is that it has very few foul language, which is, it's not really bad, but if you're offended or you don't like it at all, probably shouldn't read it, but it's like very minor. Other than that, this book is amazing. You also read it, and yeah.